like curmudgeonly suburban dad who's just like, you damn kids, So.
You damn kiddos. All right.
The natural progression.
Stream is live. Yeah, that is the natural progression.
We all get there eventually.
No.
Okay. Stream is live. Mics are live.
And I'm out of focus. Come on. Come
Hello.
back. Focus on me.
And I should not...
I guess I shouldn't say hello and try to interact when I don't have the chat open. I like this music.
Ascension.
It's very booby.
Okay.
Yeah, announcements. That's right. Have mine all queued up.
Yeah.
Look at us. Queued up, ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock.
I think I'm in focus now.
Rock and roll.
Well done, John. Thank you.
Yeah. Yo. Okay.
Are we the answer to baby metal? We're suburban dad metal.
Suburban dad metal. Yes.
Oh, Shadow, is that why you asked me for the screenshot of the map? Because I had you all on the wrong layer?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
That was not the reason.
Oh,
I told you I was putting together a detailed backstory.
Right, but...
That
needs the geography to make sense.
Okay.
Yep, I wanted to get the right planets and systems and stuff.
Right, but you could have easily pulled it up yourself if I had you all on the right map.
All right.
If we weren't looking at the radar, yes.
If we weren't looking at the radar, we would not have remembered to go over the ship combat rules again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So there's that.
I went over most of them today.
Oh, yeah.
I did, yes.
That's good. That's fantastic.
Okay, this is very intense music.
It's super epic, man. I'm enjoying it, yeah.
Oh my god.
I think I have... Yeah, I have it actually very quiet on my end. Oh.
It's giving me Oblivion soundtrack vibes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Or, what's the one with Matthew McConaughey where he...
Interstellar?
Yeah, like that part of Interstellar at the very end.
It's a tesseract. No. Don't go.
So basically, the part right before every like organ swell in that soundtrack.
Exactly.
A great soundtrack. Good job, Hans.
Hans Zimmerman.
Hans Zimmerman.
So good.
Just Zimmer.
The Zimmer man.
That's right.
Ship rolls are on 118. Should cue that up ahead of time.
Do any of you guys watch The Crown?
Patty does.
No,
I didn't.
I don't like historical fantasy.
So Hans Zimmer did the intro music and the first season soundtrack, and so like every season since then, they've got, I forget who they have now doing the music, but they have that season's music, and then you're just waiting for like that one Hans Zimmer track to come in an episode that is Queen Elizabeth's theme, and you're just like, fuck yeah, give me that. He leaves his mark.
Let the beat drop.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay, we're gonna exit the high emotional intensity. It's too much for me right now.
It's okay.
Should we save that for the critical moment of the battle when it seems like all hope is lost, and then someone crits?
Gandalf arrives.
That too.
That is the Gandalf arrives track. I have a good ship combat music. Wow, none of these are labeled. I thought I had labeled all of my music with like, maybe I just need to refer to my spreadsheet where it is definitely all labeled. Audio, Fable Table audio. Yes, I have a whole spreadsheet. I even have a tab for this season. Okay, here we go. What's up?
No. Go ahead. I was going to ask about command points, and what determines how many we get and how we get them.
Yes, we will go over all of that.
Okay, cool.
Oh, are we doing ship combat today?
I think so. I think I want to weave it in because it'll be a new mechanic and it will make it so I don't have to think too hard because I'm not feeling well today.
Sounds good.
Okay. I just need to write down who's coming after you.
Good. I hope it's Megatron. Nah, it's something completely foreign. Like, guys, what's Megatron doing here? Are we? Is this?
There are
actually doing like
The anti-Viridians are Cybertron.
Yeah, they are the Decepticons. We figured them out.
I was thinking more they have like 5 ships approaching. No, wait, they're all approaching each other. Oh my god, it's a Voltron.
It's got the bite thing.
it's drawing the saber from between the suns. We're fucked.
Let's go find Starscream and give him something pretty. And betray him.
Okay, I really need to label these audio tracks. I keep pulling all the emotional ones.
Good. Sounds great.
My note for this one says, which in the spreadsheet I now have open, is sad piano/violin. Loss.
Aw.
Okay. Spatium. This is the one I should be playing. My note just says gentle.
Space Jam?
Spatium.
Oh, got it.
Spatium.
I'm gonna say that you said Space Jam in my head, so
Space Jam. Gentle.
yeah. It's time to slam.
Everybody get up.
Time to dance. Oh, nope. Okay.
You got it. Keep going.
I don't remember.
We got a real jam going now. Welcome to the Space
Jam.
Here's your chance to real dance at the Space Jam.
Everybody, we'll do a round.
Yeah.
We'll do a quad round. Everyone singing a quarter beat off. Okay.
We need somebody to be just the guy that's in the background, like, all right.
Oh.
This isn't, karaoke table. It's Fable table.
Yeah, speaking of, we should probably get started, huh?
It's just the piano's so good. It makes it want to karaoke.
Yep, this is the track to karaoke to. This is the one.
Tequila, dude.
Aw, thanks, Millman.
Millman, you're here like 2 days early. Our game is on Friday/Saturday.
Oh, you guys are finishing up?
Millman.
We are going to do a side gig before we jump into the finale. Because Millman was not available for our last mission. So, and it lined up actually kind of perfectly timing-wise with the point in the timeline where Hattie, Hadrazilamink, and Wick meet with Millman's character. So the mission we're gonna do first is Hadrazilla meeting Millman's character as an explainer for how they knew each other in that episode we did. That's supposed to happen in a few weeks in the timeline. So that'll be our side mission, and then we're gonna dive into probably a multi-episode finale.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things to tie up. Should be fun. Oh, okay. Yes. I'm sorry your sinuses are acting up. Okay, let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. And John making faces.
I was eating when you
every time I do that intro, I'm like, I try and stare at the camera, and then I see you all over here on this monitor doing things sometimes, or I just see movement, and I'm like, what are they doing? I don't want to look over.
Usually you see John like right here.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, Ryan, your eyes are very blue. I've never seen them quite that close before.
They're incredibly blue.
Wow.
You can get lost in them like I do sometimes.
I might have just gotten lost. Okay, pulling myself back out. Today we are continuing Season 2, Birds of the Shore, our game of Stars Without Number. The crew, you all just got finished assisting / rescuing the Agony, a bunch of space wizards who had gotten their powers through very sketchy means, and are starting to undo some of the mutations that happened to their bodies. You helped Dr. Mose Curia, the leader, perform some kind of space magic surgery on a couple of their people. But one of them almost died until Andy ran in with like a car battery and just shocked them back to life. And
I like super critted, didn't I?
Yeah, yes. I was like, you have to roll like 2d6 and get 6s, otherwise this character's dying. Because I didn't really have a good way of your character's skill set of being involved in space magic surgery, so it was the perfect setup for you to do something, and you nailed it. Well done.
Oh yeah, it was a fixed dex.
It was
66101.
Very, very well done. So you all have dropped off the Agony at, I believe it was Malafar, where they have a large number of medical places. There's just a lot of independent medical facilities doing lots of different research. And Magno Glorio had a hookup with one that was gonna provide them with some proper medical assistance when performing this, so there's a lot less likely chance that those people will die. So the Agony are really grateful for this, and they are going to help the kind of Magno Glorio's science crew kind of decode a lot of the information that they've come up with and found on what Aphrodite Pharmaceutical is up to. So kind of the next gig that Magno Glorio has pitched to you all is to go break a terrorist hacker out of prison on Lithios, which is a mostly frozen planet, or at least a very, very cold planet, where Penitence Civic Services operates their maximum secure facility called, I believe it's called Contrition. I have my note here. Oh, yes. Contrition Max Secure is the name of the facility on Lithios. But you also have some downtime to pursue he pitches it as take some time, make sure you get the job right, get any equipment you need. But it's also an opportunity for you all to engage in any kind of personal stuff that you want to handle. Yeah. So, is there any follow-up, first of all, that anyone wanted to do with Magno Glorio? We will get to the mission brief in a bit after any personal stuff that you all want to take care of. But if there's any follow-up scenes anyone wanted to have with the Agony or Magno Glorio, now would be a good time.
I think Dax largely did his thing when he went on the adventure to the desert to farm little crystals and sell them off to the black market, and learns about some trade. I think he leveled up and got some work experience, and I think at this point Dax is probably just seeking oblivion in the ship somewhere, doing all of his stash. So I think he's pretty out of commission for the most part here, until like he's needed.
Have we been quantifying how much drugs you have?
No, I've just basically said he has all the drugs. Should we make a drug roll?
Well, I know that we used a lot of it for the procedures, or at least we had planned on using a lot of it for the procedures that the Agony
That's
just
true.
did.
Yeah. So maybe Dax is struggling with like not having enough. He's making calls. He's like, hey, I'm suddenly short. Gotta find some liquid sky,
Roll a stash, says Andy.
Yeah.
So we should look at like the drug equipment. I know that I was looking at those earlier, but I like just in terms of quantity and how much you're able to carry. Well, I mean, it's the ship, so I guess you can just have a stash here on the ship. It's not gonna like be a huge like problem storing it on the ship.
We do have crew berthing space for 15, and there are 4 of us. So there's a little bit.
I think it would make sense that whatever personal stash he had was like used up or like heavily reduced by an entire medical experiment on like 5 aliens, or like mutants, not aliens.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you have some, but there's now a finite amount.
We're gonna have to make a run for Dax pretty soon.
Dax is getting a little concerned. I mean, first of all, he's got to get into the nice oblivion, but in lucid moments, he's got to make some calls.
Okay, so I'm seeing in our chat here, Nick, when someone says, "Shall we make a drug roll?" you say yes. Okay. Greg, can you roll me 2d6, please?
Yes, just a flat 2d6.
Yeah, let's just do 2d6 here.
All right, I can do that. That's a 10.
That's a good roll.
Okay, that is how many days worth of drugs you have left.
Okay.
I know that we are playing it a little fast and loose with how long things take, and we're not keeping like a hyper accurate timeline, but we can try and keep track for you.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you had probably months worth of drugs. You had
now I have days.
You have days. So like you can count on 2 hands how many days worth of drugs you have left.
Whoa. That's not acceptable.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Norm.
Yeah.
You have on your data pad, you've gotten a message in the last day or two from your former assassin sweetheart,
yes,
Ayura, the former Peated Blade. She has like a little bit of a crush on you, but you're not really sure if it's more of just like a friendship, like flirty crush, or what. But she's always been taken with you. Especially since in the past you've mentioned like you've been kind of interested in the Peated Blades, right?
Yeah, for sure. I assume that sometime like after Norm I guess went into hiding is the correct terminology that he did. He essentially just like cut ties with everyone spur of the moment and vanished off of Warren, the sector capital. And I guess in that like wandering the stars searching for himself, he found his way to Saber, where our story took place, or started, I suppose. And he more or less bumbled his way into them somehow. I don't know how that was exactly, but yeah.
Well, you're like would you have probably pursued like some shady doctor jobs just to get by?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they could have.
Right.
I mean, they're assassins and they run gambling dens, and deal a little bit in drugs, so you know, a lot of their work probably could have gotten them in need of like, a back alley doctor who knew what the fuck they were doing. So absolutely, yeah. So, what in particular has been like what about the ashen knives, or I'm sorry, the peated blades, has Norm been particularly like intrigued by?
He likes that they can go anywhere, and not just like as stealthy, murderers in the dark of night, but accepted in essentially, well, for anyone who requires their services. They have a lot of seemingly unearned power, but also he just doesn't know the history of their organization at all. They show up, they do cool stuff. One of them that we hunted down back to Warren somehow managed to get his hands on rogue AI tech. So there is a almost jealousy that he has for them being able to just wander the sector, go through every single strata of the social hierarchy within the sector, and also be of use and have freedom that he never got to have.
Well, you have an open invitation in your text messages to come and visit Tyura, or at least give her a call if you're interested in spending some time with her.
For sure.
She basically like says she invites you to like grab a drink sometime. And so how old would you say Norm is?
Late 30s.
Oh, okay.
If not into his 40s.
Okay.
By now. He's an old guy. Like, he should not be doing the stuff he was doing.
Fair. Tyura is probably an older lady than you, but by no more than a decade. She spent like 2 decades serving the peated blades as a knife, is what they're called, until she, and I think something that the peated blades, something that you've learned about them is like those who do like the most unsavory tasks that their organization's hired to do, like they get the most like cred, like social cred within the syndicate. And Tyura is like legendary among the knives as like taking on the most difficult or nasty jobs. So she is very well respected.
Do that at some point.
Okay. All right. Any other like personal stuff or social calls anyone wants to make before we dive back into some of the
I do, Nick.
Bruges holiday
I think
stuff?
at some point, Sonny would gather the team together, maybe before Norm goes off for his visit, and say that I think it's time that we change the makeup of our ship a little bit. We have this wonderful extended med bay that we seem to not really know how to use very well. And I don't think we really need to have it any longer. But I think we're in desperate need of getting Lettuce a workshop. So I think we should pursue
Concur. Sorry.
Still don't know how that works with makeup. Like, are we adding lipstick to the ship?
Kind of. Think of it as a different shade of foundation. Next.
Okay. What's foundation?
Taking one off, putting another one on.
Whoa.
You're making me blush.
That's good.
I know that Lettuce, if he goes and seeks this out, I think he can get it cheaper, right, Andy?
Yes. Maintenance score is doubled, allowing you to maintain twice as many mods. Both ship and gear mods cost only half their usual price. In credits, your take salvage requirements remain the same. That is my current level of tinker.
Awesome. So as a group, we're kind of in stasis for a little bit, waiting ready for this job. This would be a perfect point if we can find a place to modify our ship and take the extended med bay off and put a workshop in.
Sure.
Maybe even Mando Glorio can store it for us in case he has need of it or we have need of it later.
Okay. Yeah. So
You gotta put stuff into the Mango Glory hole to take stuff out of the Mango Glory hole.
True.
So it's at extended med bay.
You're welcome to look it up, but I have done the research. The workshop for a frigate class ship costs 5,000 credits. Andy's getting it at half price. It's 2,500, and it takes 1 power and 1 mass, which just so happens to be the same exact requirements of the extended med.
Okay.
What's how much money do we have in the ship's coffers?
12,500 credits.
Oh shit.
Oh wow. 12,500.
Yes, we stole 10,000 from the Lorcan Corporation last episode.
Okay.
And we got 2,500 from Mandalorian for the mission.
Where are you tracking how much money the ship has?
I'm tracking it on Sunny's sheet at the moment. I can change that.
Oh no, that's
to the ship
perfectly
sheet if
fine.
you want.
That's perfect. I just wanted to know where to look for it. If we ever...
I have it under my notes on the left-hand side at the bottom on Sunny's sheet.
Cool.
If you ever need more, like I got 7,700 credits just banging around my sheet. Like Dax is
6,700 personal credits for me too. We got a lot of extra.
Dax is more, but my point is Dax is more than willing to have like all of that disappear at a moment's notice.
We go shopping. We want a shopping episode. That's
sure. Okay. I'm gonna mark off that the extended med bay is in storage.
Okay.
And basically, like, I'm just imagining that you all are just like are taking huge Tupperware and just like dumping stuff in, and then like Lettuce is, I don't know, Lettuce, you describe, is this like neatly putting tools in all of those shelves and hanging things on the walls?
100%. The first time he puts it together, it will be absolutely perfect. Everything labeled, like nicely arranged. There's like you could not find a tangled cable anywhere in that space for the 1 minute that it is new. As soon as it starts being used, that will not be the case anymore.
Yes, of course.
But I think Lettuce would sort of default to the just, work function, like setting up a new workshop, and making it perfect, even knowing it's never going to work that way. So,
okay.
Like in New Girl, the kitchen is organized with like numbered and lettered cabinets and shelves and stuff. I think that's how it would be. He would have them numbered in his head. Be like, "Oh, you're looking for the needle nose pliers? That's in 4J." as if that statement was meaningful to anybody except himself.
Right. like I've been to Lowe's a lot, so aisle 12, bay 6, bin 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly
that sort of
like
thing.
That. Except I think he would name things.
Oh, okay.
Rather than going numerically, they would be in chromatic order on the color spectrum, but he would never use direct color words. He would say it's in Gamboge 12 or Cyan 1 or something like that.
MP 1903 hash.
Yes.
And you all are super confused.
Pantone 66142. drawer 4.
And it becomes super confusing because you all discover Lettuce is colorblind. I'm just kidding. Okay. Excellent. So yeah, I think we can take a few days on Malifar for you all to, because it's like an asteroid mining area in addition to all the medical companies here on this planet. So you can definitely like buy this at the 2,500. So Brian, if you could subtract that from the ship coffers, that would be great. Yeah, and so like, is there a particular? We can have the shopping montage. Do you think you all would try and do that here on Malifar, or would you like head back to Saber for that? Or maybe go to the capital of Warren?
Depends on what we're looking for. What do you want to
Have I ever been to Malifar before? What is this?
Yeah,
this place
let me
that
pull
we've
up.
ended up?
Let me pull up my notes on Malifar here.
It's an asteroid mining planet.
It's like
I was gonna say,
cluster almost.
Since Malifar is labeled as Iota asteroid mining, does this mean that my old coworkers are like floating around? Am I gonna run into someone who's gonna be upset that I ran off looking for a goose array?
Oh, maybe. I know that the planet, and I like, it looks like it's a gas planet. I don't think that was my intent, but I know that it has just a shitload of asteroids and rocks orbiting around it, so it is like the hot place for mining right now. Oh, hello, Travis. Let me find my notes on this planet. I'm so sorry.
Travis, to your point in the chat about Lettuce maintaining the shop, sorting, straightening, shining, standardizing, and sustaining, he would absolutely sort, straighten, and standardize, but he doesn't care if shit is grubby. So there's finger smudges and, you know, dust on everything. There's definitely like some Cheeto dust fingerprints and also a recurring offender of the take the thing that he's holding in his hand and drop it where he grabs the next thing and then keep moving and then never be able to find that first thing again.
Need that.
Okay. Oh, okay. I found it. So this planet is nicknamed Glimmer because huge portions of the surface of this planet are made of like carbon compounds with like graphite and diamond. But they're mostly worthless because like so many asteroids have that have orbited this planet have come and crashed down on it that like it's really hard to find diamond that isn't just basically dust at this point. And diamonds at this point in the future are also not very sought after, other than for like tool, like drill bits and stuff, and some light related technology. That's kind of what the planet's known for. And a lot of the facilities on this planet are built underground, or are like built on and attached to geosynchronously orbit locked large asteroids or rocks that are orbiting, basically like mini moons. But there is a lot of work done by ship pilots, like fighter size ships, as well as some occasional mechs to like shoot at and blow apart asteroids that threaten facilities that are, you know, located on other asteroids or on the surface of the planet and not underground. But it's a pretty sparse and not very heavily populated planet, which makes it really nice for like conducting research, as well as basically doing things that you don't want anyone sniffing around, because there aren't a lot of laws on this planet, since there isn't like a formal like city or anything or governance other than, you know, the larger shore government body. And then of course, because of all the asteroids, there is lots of asteroid mining going on. So it's particularly beautiful here, but other than like the medical supplies or mining supplies or general tools or stuff related to the stuff I've discussed, this is not the place to do a shopping montage.
Yeah.
But is it the place to do a drug run?
Hell, they have to. Oh my god, workers digging in asteroids all the time? They gotta get used.
Yeah, there's probably some drugs around.
But is it designer experimental drugs? I probably like Dax slips off and you're like, where the hell did Dax go? And you find him in some awful place, like trying to talk his way into the head drug dealer's room or something. You have to pull him out, but
I need better drugs than what they sell on the
yeah, he's like, this place isn't doing it for me. There's like a mini like cutscene to go get Dax before you leave the planet.
I don't know
if or something.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure if you come across any of the new big deal drugs, like the grave dust. I don't think you're getting your hands on any of that brand new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume
I think
in a mining space, they'd be like puffing weird fumes from asteroids and mining equipment, you know.
Yeah.
Be gnarly, harsh shit for harsh people.
Yes. Lettuce probably knows someone who could hook you up.
I think that Dax is in a particular bind because his addiction is fueled by a like specific designer like experimental drug from the like research done in that facility, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's like there's like a need to get like a very specific type of thing. And so like even the like grave dust, while fun and a distraction, wasn't really what Dax was looking for.
What was the name of that other drug?
Liquid Sky.
Liquid Sky.
I was calling it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna have any of that on this planet because this is not where any of the people involved in those experiments are gonna be.
Yeah.
But there are some medical research facilities out here and doing their own research. I described. So I could give you a kind of a high difficulty roll to try and like locate one of those.
I'm happy to like auto fail or make the roll your choice. Is it narratively make sense to roll for that, or is it just not here?
It's probably. I mean, I could imagine that there's a facility here that might have something similar to it, or might be doing their own experiments with Liquid Sky. The likelihood, though, if you find it, is it's going to be an Aphrodite, associated research facility.
No, I like that. Yeah, we can definitely get ourselves into trouble.
Sure.
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What would you like me to roll to try to discern the right people to talk to here?
This would probably be a notice or talk.
Oh, well, I just increased my talk, so let's do that.
Yeah, this would be like asking around, like, hey, you know anyone that's doing any experiments like this around here? An 8.
Absolutely. That is an 8.
You like just walk into some medical facility. You like ask the receptionist. She gives you a weird look like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know about any Liquid Sky or other illegal drug research happening on the planet. And like some doctor or someone in a lab coat has just walked out to like into the reception room, like overhears this, like, we don't know anything about illegal drugs, and he just like tucks like a vial in his coat pocket and turns around and walks away. So
Very nice.
you are left without any leads, unfortunately.
Okay. I think that's where you have to drag me out of. Like, I'm just in like the local hospital. Like, what do you mean you don't have any Liquid Sky? And Lettuce and Sunny are just like, all right, get out of here, kid.
Yeah.
I think Lettuce would just make an engine room distillate of some kind. That's the only drug that he'll have a close familiarity with.
Engine room distillate. Oh, sulfur, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Some kind of some kind of moonshine. That's the real reason he wanted to build the workshop on the ship, is to upgrade his moonshine system.
I like
Hell
it.
yeah.
Do not have any hardcore drug experience.
Okay. All right. So, where would we like to head for other shopping needs? Does Sunny or Norm have any shopping needs at this point?
Captain.
Sunny's got a list. It might be one of those where we contact black market people and Sunny gives them a list and sees what we can get.
Okay.
I think that's a between sessions thing.
Okay. Is there anything
kind of-
interesting on that list?
There's a shit ton of interesting stuff on my list, Nick.
Okay.
I have a nice like page and a half notepad document of how I would spend our money if I wanted to spend our money. Does anybody have anything they want to buy though?
I wanted to get a cool knife because my little switchblade's not cutting it in the fight for survival. I literally had to stab a man like 16 times in the chest just to get him to fall down, and I'm not too thrilled about reliving that experience.
Not to steal something from your game, John, but I really think you should have Lettuce attach a bayonet to your shotgun.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Just
What's the
no.
point of having a shotgun if you're going to use a knife on the end of it?
That's fair.
I'd rather just have a knife.
Wait, what's the point of using a knife when you have a shotgun?
Because sometimes you don't want to go loud with a mag capacitor railgun. All right.
You can mod, you can get mods.
That's what I want to do, yeah.
You want to mod your shotgun to be silent?
No, I want to mod my knife to be stronger.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Okay. Well, okay, so Brian, just tell me the three most interesting things on that list. In your
Three
opinion.
most interesting things on this list. Let's see here. I want grenades, Nick.
Okay.
I want a lot of grenades.
A
I
lot
want
of
grenades
okay.
that we can use and some that Lettuce can mess around with and maybe modify to cool other effective grenades. We need spare parts for Lettuce to mess around with in his workshop.
Okay.
And last but not least, we probably all need to have a vac suit. So in case the conditions on Lithios are shitty, that we can have protection.
Yes, that would be good. Okay.
I already have one.
Oh, you do? Wow.
Norm is terrified of
Prepared.
space. He hates being in space at all times. He's deathly afraid of like looking out the windows, and that's why he's never in the co-pilot seat. Nor does he go to like the captain's chair at any point. So yeah, he has a vac suit in case. He probably wears it more often than not, too. You know,
Just around the
just
ship.
terrified. He's just terrified. He's a man who lives off fear.
Oh. That's a little sad.
Yeah,
He likes being on planet, I'm sure.
he really does.
Okay. So Saber's probably the best place for y'all to go because that's where most of your contacts for that kind of stuff are going to be. There may be some other things that you all need to like run around to other planets to go pick up, but we can kind of hand wave some of that. Yeah. So
We're in Malafar. We're literally on the other side of the entire sector. So do you want us to wait on the shopping, or would you want us to do what we can now?
well, that depends. Does Norm want to go visit Tyura?
He sure does.
Okay. So I'm going to pitch that you all can either fly all the way around, go to like the Rin system, refuel, and then head over to Diana and Minerva and just do like a little bit of a roundabout. Or you could venture near the reef, which is this kind of like charged, ionized, nebulous storm area that is notorious for being like a giant maze of electrically charged nebula. If any of you have seen the reboot of Battlestar Galactica, I'm thinking that like station in the pilot, where they have to like be very careful about navigating and not touching any of the like sides of that that area when they're going to the station to resupply. The reef is largely unmapped and pirate, other than like people have gone in and mapped it themselves, like pirates who live in there. And like there are apparently space stations that have been like moved in there, and that's where a lot of pirate gangs and other unsavory folk hang out and live. So you can go like near and around the reef and save yourself some time, but it will be a little bit more dangerous. You're also far less likely to run into any authorities by going near the reef because they steer clear.
What are the B-boys?
To the reef.
Yeah. We gotta go to the reef.
I
We
agree.
don't have a lot of time.
Let's go to the reef.
Can't take a scenic trip.
Okay. So we aren't. I want to look at the space travel rules really quickly on page 110.
Nothing says we can't do our shopping at a pirate's bazaar, right?
That's true. You'll just,
We do have black market contacts.
That's true.
Mhm.
So the way that this game is meant to treat like large distance space travel from like star system to star system is you basically like go FTL and you basically try and throw yourself at a gravity well, meaning like a large stellar body that will catch you and stop you. Otherwise, you just shoot past it and until you hit something. And that is called spike drilling. We're not technically using that technology, but I do want to quickly look over some of the mechanics. Because that's when you can kind of like roll your space travel encounters. You're also supposed to use what's called a rudder, which my understanding is it's basically like a chart of like your point A to the point B you're going and making sure you're pointing yourself in the right direction when you like hit the gas, the nitro, and fling yourself and hope to get caught by a stellar body. And so that can throw in some difficulties, but I don't think we're going to be doing that because you're not traveling so fast that you are like not able to slow down and adjust your course or anything like that. I should have looked at this ahead of time because now that I'm looking at some of the mishaps that can happen, it's all about like it just takes extra time or your system like loses energy, or you overshoot. Okay, this might not be interesting for our narrative here actually, so maybe we will skip over that.
Sounds good.
Okay, instead what I would like is a pilot check from whoever is piloting the ship around the reef, to basically like keep moving smoothly using your what little sensors you have to avoid any run-ins. Who is piloting at this point? Sunny, is that you as the captain, or is Lettuce? I know that he's also been leveling pilot.
I mean, mechanically, it's more effective for Lettuce to be at the wheel. He's a better pilot than me now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay with whichever.
I'll be the helms person, you know.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah.
A character question for Sunny then. I, John, and thus Norm, have assumed that this ship is yours first. Are you willing to give your baby to some other guy?
Nothing says I can't jump in if things going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm working on developing trust here because Sunny doesn't trust anybody, and so therefore he's trying to find people to trust. It's really hard. He's been betrayed a lot in his lifetime. So I think this is a character building exercise for Sunny where he's going to let us take the wheel and see how he does and avoid maybe like having a panic attack in the background.
You gonna steer away from that asteroid belt, or you gonna make sure to lock down the rear foils, or
That's a yield sign. That's a yield sign. Why
That's a
didn't you?
yield.
You'll be slow.
No one's coming.
Okay.
I like to envision that he would be doing a lot of the like parent teaching their kid to drive, like gasps and grabbing of like Lettuce's shoulder.
The oh shit handle on the side of the passenger.
Absolutely.
I like the idea of you stomping on a phantom brake.
Yeah.
Just like in the corner. Yeah.
Okay. So can I get a pilot from Lettuce, and then it sounds like a lead from Sunny?
Sounds good.
Is that the?
See, do I get a +1 since he's backseat driving over my shoulder?
It'll depend on his lead roll.
I'm gonna go lead charisma. Is that about right?
Or if like I could see that being especially about like building trust, like being charismatic, helping with that. Or if you want to use intelligence, that will, I think, reward the actual mechanical outcome a bit better.
I mean, for me, it's the exact same one.
Okay.
So we'll do a lead intelligence. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's an 8.
Okay.
Good.
And then Lettuce, can I get
so no modifier?
Yeah, you get a +1.
1. And this is intelligence or dexterity?
I think intelligence.
Oh boy.
That is a 9. Okay.
Not bad.
All right. So, you all come up to the reef, and you're beginning to pilot around it, and it is a very large, very, very large area of space, probably the size of a very small star sector. And it's quite beautiful, and most of your journey, like you can see on your long range scanners, there are lots of ships moving around. Anything inside the nebula as you're going around it is very sketchy, and like your sensors cannot penetrate in there. Occasionally you'll see like for half a second a blip of like a ship really far off, and then like, well, they probably didn't see us, we have no idea who that is, and we're just gonna keep moving. And by any means there's like an electric field between us and them, so they can't reach us. And as you're traveling around, you see that there's lots of these kind of large openings that you could use to go like, tuck and hide in if you wanted to. They might be like part of the cave system, or it might just be kind of like a shallow area you can dip into to kind of help mask your drive signature and your transponder signal. It's hard to tell without like going in and exploring any of them, and for now it doesn't seem like you're interested in doing that. But every once in a while you're coming across one of these kind of cave openings, we'll call them. And at one point, you on your long range scanners are picking up a ship exiting one of these caves up ahead. And you don't quite have any information coming in yet as to who they are or the size of their ship. Captain, what are your orders? Or Lettuce, how do you react?
Like the ship is moving to intercept us.
It looks like it's exiting the reef, and you would imagine that you have like a little bit of a jump on them, because their sensors are like completely surrounded by the reef. Mm-hmm. So they probably haven't been able to identify you or even see you on their radar quite yet, but that may change very soon. So you have a moment to act here.
We make sure the sensor mask is powered up and broadcasting as the SS Love Connection.
Yes. I think that is like these
for what little signal is getting through to people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you all are proceeding forward as you approach this.
Yeah, I think we proceed forward with our guys in place, and then I don't know. If there's room in the reef, we'll try to divert so we're not going to intercept it, and see if they make a move to move towards us.
Okay.
But that's what I'll ask Lettuce to do, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I pilot off onto the frontage road of the space highway so that we're not on a direct course with this other ship. to see if they change.
Okay. As this ship begins to exit the storm, the cave, as you all are kind of adjusting course, your sensors begin to confirm the transponder of this ship, and it is a pirate vessel. I'm trying to look up who my pirates are here. These are the reefers. This ship. The transponder comes up as the Lavender Groove, spelled like lavender, but you swap the A and the E.
Are we about to have some refurbs madness?
The reefers that you all know are a bunch of rowdy space pirates living in a dense area of the reef, which is, you know, part of their namesake. And they often clash with authorities. They do have a habit of raiding ships, particularly when they can just overpower them and just like do it non-violently. This is also a frigate-sized ship. Your scanners are picking up that they are outfitted with better weaponry and armor plating than you all, but you know, as a matter of fact, that your engines will meet or beat just about anything else in the entire star system. And as soon as they exit the cave and become clear on your sensors, and you are certainly clear on theirs, you receive a hail from them. They are calling you.
Yeah, well, I mean, as in they send us a message, or they're trying to get
Hello.
They are video calling you. They're Skyping you.
I will put my cowboy hat on. It's sitting underneath the pilot seat, because of course it's there. Like,
yeah.
It's the NCS Love Connection. How can we help you?
Okay, 1 second. Let me get some better music.
It's like the jaunty saloon theme.
I don't have anything like that. So on your video screen pops up this kind of like greasy, long, straight-haired, kind of snaggle-toothed man. This is Captain Veneer of the Lavender Groove. Who am I speaking with? The Love
Groovy.
Connection?
Yes, sir.
What kind of ship is that?
It is the greatest singles party bus in the entire sector, sir. And trust me, we got a rowdy crowd aboard here. You do not want to mess with us right now. It's the old couples run. There's a lot of old people here, and they are going crazy. You do not want anything up in this business, I'll tell you. But
What kind of old people we talking about?
75 plus, and they are having a wonderful time. I locked my door. My earplugs are in all night. It's scary as hell, sir.
I appreciate the sir. What's your name?
Ricky?
Ricky. Good name.
Yes,
Got a cousin named Ricky.
it is a solid name.
It's a great
I
name.
also have a cousin named Ricky, and a cousin named Bob, and a cousin named Bobby Rick.
I have an uncle named Bob, and an aunt
What is
named
going on?
and an aunt named Ricky Bobby. Are we related?
We might be related, sir.
Okay, well, whatever the case, are we? How much is one of them rides on the singles party bus?
By bylaws of the business, I'm told you are supposed to inform Janice at the secretary's office for all particular cost information. They don't want me giving that out over the airways, sir. We have
Well,
people that try to price dive us. You know, it's not a good scene.
Well, would you say that your patrons are wealthy individuals. They're paying for such lavish entertainment on you said the best singles party bus in the sector?
Yes, sir, because we have an amazing time. But why in particular do you want to know how much they are paying? Might I ask?
Well, I'm just trying to decide over here whether or not we're gonna come raid your patrons of all they got in them pockets. You see, we over here are pirates. We're hungry, starving pirates over here. Starving for food, for supplies, for entertainment. And I was thinking I might come over there for some entertainment, but you started, clogging up your answers and sharing informations with me. So,
we have a lot of entertainment here, but mostly we have a lot of Bengay and an overly large supply of pens. You do not want any part of this. And I will mute the mic, and I will tell Lettuce, time to punch it. Let's go.
Give me a talk check. I want to know how stunned this man is.
I'm trying really hard, Dick.
Yes, you are talking a lot of bullshit. Yes, talk charisma, please. That's a 10.
Nice.
Yeah, this guy just he just kind of looks over at, you imagine someone else in his cockpit, and you tell Sunny to or Lettuce to punch it. Okay. So
I hit the gas.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an opportunity here. Let's review some of the ship rules. I kind of want to start with escaping, because I think given this fictional position, you all are within the distance that we could go into combat. But he has not made any big moves quite yet. And you're pretty far away. So let's take a look. We'll skip right past all the actions and stuff. Oh, I thought there was a section on escaping.
You're going to want to look under your ship Space Combat 1 PDF that you gave to us, and then let's see here.
Just bridge actions?
No, that doesn't have anything on the escaping. That's odd. Yes, it's under bridge actions. Escape combat.
Roll an opposed int pilot or dex pilot skill check plus your ship speed against the fastest opponent's skill check plus their ship speed. On a win, all enemy ships gain 1 point of escape. If an enemy ship gets 3 points after 3 uses of this maneuver, your ship gets away from that ship and is no longer in combat with it. Okay, so I think what I'm going to reward here with this talk, charisma, and the punch it is I'm going to just give you all 1 point of escape on them already.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So,
and a command point for Lettuce obeying orders.
We'll see here. Okay, so I'm going to move us over to a combat screen here. And I'm going to engage with some of our space combat music. I believe it is called the Endurance. Which is also a great track. Okay. So let's go over space combat here, and while we do that, it's a little loud.
Endurance is the name of the ship in Interstellar.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna put a pirate ship somewhere on this map. Oh, yo ho ho. Oops, I don't think that worked. Okay, so you all are at Escape 1 with this ship, which again is the Lavender Groove.
Damn. I was expecting it to be purple.
Okay, So I have put them at escape 1 here. Okay, so the way that ship combat works, and I'm just going to pull up the PDF really quick. And I have my notes here. So at the beginning of combat, we are going to roll initiative, which is 1d8 plus the intelligence or dex of the pilot. So I'm just going to roll this pilot's as 1d8 plus 1. Ooh, they rolled quite well. Andy, you are currently the pilot. Yes.
Okay.
So what am I rolling?
Move Andy over to the bridge and put Clippy in engineering, if you don't mind, please.
Absolutely. Bundy, our ship VI, will move over there.
Bundy. It's hard for me not to call him Clippy.
No worries. Viewers, if this music is too loud, definitely let me know. Happy to turn it down. Okay. So, Andy, if you could give me 1d8 plus your dex or intelligence, whichever is higher. And that will determine the order that we take in each round. And each round of combat in this system is supposed to be considered to be 15 minutes long. So lots happening. Probably a lot of...
It was going to be hard to beat a 7 anyway.
Yeah, I rolled quite well.
And my modifier would be +1, so it's actually a 2.
Okay. So the Lavender group gets to move first. When it is a ship's turn, the captain gets to decide.
Turn down the volume of the music.
The music's loud as hell, man.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, just for Travis.
There we go. Let me know how that is, Travis. Okay. So everyone gets assigned to one of these 5 departments: bridge, captain, communications, engineering, and gunnery. If we don't have someone in a department, that department just does their duty, which generates command points. And command points are what we use to perform a lot of these actions, which I've listed the department-specific actions under each department. And in parentheses, I've listed how many command points that action costs. At the top of the turn for a ship, the ship's captain, that would be you, Brian, as Sunny. You get to determine the order that the departments act in. And when it becomes a department's turn, members choose their actions from either the department actions or these general actions down below. These can be taken no matter your department. Actions will generally either generate or spend command points. If you are using actions that spend command points, you can do as many of them as you want. So let's say you had 10 command points. You, Dax, over here could use fire one weapon 5 times using 10 command points. Or you could just simply spend 3 command points and fire all guns, which I have put in all caps here for us.
But we only have 1 gun.
That's true. That was just kind of like a hypothetical. The rules give me kind of, since I'm not also going to generate NPCs for every ship that we encounter, they just kind of prescribe a basis of command points for NPC ships. Fighters and civilian ships generally will have 4 command points per turn. Military and pirate vessels, which this is, will be 5 command points. Highly trained warships will have 6, and the finest crew in the sectors has 7. So for this combat,'t be operating with 5 command points for the Lavender Groove's turn. So we have Lettuce here on the bridge, since he is the pilot. We have Sunny here as the captain. Bundy, the ship VI, is in engineering. Gunnery is where someone with shoot will be well placed. So Dax, I think that makes sense for you with all of your training. And then we have Norm here in the comms. Now, to quickly go over each department, they have little descriptors here on page 114. So the bridge is where piloting and navigation is done. Gunnery is in charge of ship's weapons. Engineering keeps the ship flying when enemies are carving chunks out of her hull. They can perform damage control, boost the engines to speed a ship's maneuvers, and execute emergency repairs. And then comms, this is a good one. They don't just handle intership communications, but also manage sensors, electronic warfare, and combat hacking duties. So it's actually interesting, Sunny. You would also do very well on the comms, but you are also
comms, captain, or bridge, but the captain, sir.
Yes, the master of the ship and directs other departments. On a warship, this discipline might be taught and automatic. On a ship piloted by PCs, obedience may be less certain. Regardless, the captain can boost the effectiveness of other departments, direct crew for perilous but necessary tasks, or convert otherwise crippling hits into more manageable crises. There's some rules on if like we don't have enough people, especially like if you're in a fighter, you are one person in a one-person fighter, you are in charge of all 5 departments, but you can only take one action in one department. And all the other departments give you command points as they are performing do your duty. Anyway, we will get to attacks and damage and ship crises and other things like that as it comes up. And we can also take a look at each of the department actions on page 117, or I believe I said I was going to put a handout in Roll20, but I did not. So we will.
Well, it's in the resources for us, so
That's
we can.
True. Yeah, we also have that space combat sheet that I gave you, which I think will be where we look moving forward. So, at the top of our initiative or top of the turn order, command points reset to 0, and then a lot of the NPCs on the Lavender Groove will do their duty, giving me 5 command points to spend on acting against you all. So looking at these actions, okay,
hang on, wait a sec.
Sure.
Just so I understand what you just said.
Yes.
So their actions are to do their duty.
They have Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I just don't know how this works, so
Yeah.
But do your duty is its own action, right? So I, as a player, would take that, and then it would generate a command point for the ship, right?
Correct.
Right. So
your duty is the farming action.
Okay.
So yeah, cool. Like for you and comms, we'll just use you as an example. You can use any of these 3 comms actions: crash system, defeat ECM, or sensor ghost, which are all part of like electronic warfare.
But they cost command points, right?
Correct. So when it comes to our ship's turn, Brian will determine the order of departments acting. So by the time it becomes your turn, you might be able to perform one of these actions with the command points that the ship has. But if you go early,
we start with command points.
So because of Sunny's skill as a captain, if you want to link that, Brian, you all actually do start with 2 command points per level of this Star Captain focus, I believe.
No, just 2 command points for level 1. Level 2, we get like temporary HP, and I get a free crisis resolve once for combat.
Oh, nice.
Which is badass.
Sorry, I marked here on my little text here +2 CP per level. I don't know why I put that. Okay. So,
and that's per his turn or everyone's turn?
Everybody operates off the same pool. So instead of us starting at 0, when it becomes our turn, we start at 2.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's like 2 free action points for us to act.
But they get 5?
They get 5 total.
So just assume that they have like a huge crew, and a bunch of their characters are performing do your duty, and allowing other departments to act. It's just that way I don't have to sit here and spend like 10 minutes doing an NPC ship's turn.
Right, that way he doesn't roleplay 5 NPCs doing actions and take 10 minutes to say that. I was just saying, we get 5, and you guys can do your own shit. What are you doing, Nick?
Yes, so They are going to, I'm looking at the different comms actions here. I'm gonna actually drag that sheet over here. So ship combat actions. Comms actions. Roll an opposed intelligence program check versus a targeted ship. On its next turn, it starts its next turn with a command point penalty equal to your program skill if I am successful. Yeah, so I think they're going to attempt to start hacking you all. So I need to roll an int program check versus a targeted ship. What am I contesting though? Or what is contesting that roll? Do I just have to roll like a 6?
I doubt it. But I didn't read the ship combat. That'd be insane if you match a 6 DC.
Yeah.
Right. Because then everyone's actions are always successful, or there's gotta be something.
I wonder if let me look at the ship and see if it has like a DC value. I have to be.
I wonder if your crew skill bonus is going to be under the example starships, like page 105-ish, like a patrol boat. Its default crew skill is +2.
Right.
But I have no idea what the DC is.
Yeah, that's what I am confused about. Crises.
That's right. We're going to learn together.
For simplicity, okay. Oh, NPC ships should not use captain actions. Good to know. Because I was looking at some of those and I'm like, okay, so I can just give myself additional points. Okay. It talks about crises. It doesn't give any examples of hacking a ship. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just skip that. Scanning planets and ships. Comms officers can attempt to interrogate the scans, asking one question before rolling an in-program skill check against difficulty 8. Maybe that is the assumed DC? Weird. Okay. I'm a little annoyed that it isn't more clear.
DM gets to decide.
Okay. Attacks and damage. Command points. Ship crises. Yeah, this is really not clear. Okay, I'm gonna skip the hacking and I'm just gonna fire one of their guns at you all.
Okay.
Cool. So they have a weapon here called, as I open their sheet, a Reaper battery. Tapping of the engine plant allows for an emission of a torrent of charged particles. The particles have very little armor penetration, but can fry a small ship's power grid in a strike or two. So they're charging up like an electric disabling weapon, and they're going to fire it at you. Oh wow, an 18 to hit. Your ship has AC 14.
So we're going to take 8 damage.
I don't think that this weapon has any armor piercing, though.
So how does that factor in with our armor of 5? Does that mean we save 5 of the damage and take 3?
I believe so. Let me take a look at the ship combat. So attack versus the target AC. Damage, weapons damage plus dex or int. So I rolled 3d4. Damage is lessened by target's armor score unless the weapon's AP is greater than the score. So yeah, we reduce that by your armor.
All right, we will take 3 damage then.
Okay. Now this weapon has the tag clumsy, so I need to look that up really quickly. Just to make sure I'm not ignoring it like a detrimental factor here. So
I figured out how your comms thing would go, by the way.
Oh, good.
Oh,
It tells you in the action itself what you're supposed to do.
mm-hmm.
So if they wanted to like scatter our comms, I just lost my place, but
Oh no.
they'd have to roll like a difficulty 9 check or something.
Okay, clumsy. Either through a slow discharge time or unwieldy engineering requirements, this weapon suffers -4 to hit small fighter class holes. Okay, so if y'all were in a fighter, because you're so fast and small, it's harder to hit. Okay, so no effect on this combat here. Okay, so the ship takes some damage. Now you all have the option to take a ship crisis instead of damage if you like.
I would prefer us just take this damage.
Okay.
3 damage is not much at this point.
All right. So that was
What's our ship's HP in total?
25. We were 22 of 25.
Yes.
okay. So that was fire one weapon, and they will also use boost engines. It's an intelligence fix roll versus DC 8 on success. Ship speed is increased by 2 until the start of its next turn. So I will roll an intelligence fix, and I think I just am supposed to use +2 for their skills.
Which is pretty baller and way better than most of our skills at many of our things at this stage of the game.
Yeah. Okay, so they pass, and their speed is increased to 4 this turn. I will give them a little dot for speed, which is 4. And it's not working. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn it over to you all.
All right. As the captain, I will set our initiative order as follows. Captain going first, followed by comms, followed by engineering, followed by gunnery, followed by the bridge. And Sunny will go over the comms and announce that let's try to get our ship moving and try to outrun them before they can hit us anymore. And he will take his captain's action to support department.
Okay.
I will choose a department, and that action that department takes costs 2 fewer command points. And I am going to support the bridge.
Okay, you are supporting the bridge, who's going last.
Yep.
Okay, so next we go to communications, which is you, John. Norm.
I do my duty.
You do have 2 command points at the start of the turn if you'd like to use it. But
I
otherwise,
do my duty.
great. We go up to 3 command points. Boop. All right.
What is the plausible act you're doing to do your duty, John?
That's a great question. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
John continues monitoring.
I'm just trying to speed us up out of this combat, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
They're behind us.
I'm
I
out
think that
the.
he's defeating the attempted hack, right?
I'm actually fighting off Clippy, who's like, Norm, you don't know what you're doing. Switch departments with me. I'm like, no, the captain told me to be here. I'm gonna do my duty. That's what I'm doing.
Excellent.
Why am I in comms?
Shooting your duty is your duty.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry, I'm just fixing something on World War here. Or on the stream. Okay. All right. So you do your duty, which is the ship gains 1 command point. If invoked by a PC, they must name some plausible act the PC is doing to be useful and can't do the same act 2 rounds in a row. Okay.
No.
All right. We now move on to engineering with fuck, I forgot their name. Bundy, the ship VI, who is in engineering. Now, the captain issues orders, but they don't have to be followed. However, this is a VI. They cannot act outside of the scope of the orders you give. So what would you have them do in engineering? Boost engines?
Have him do his duty.
Have him do his duty at this point.
Okay. You go up to 4 command points. That brings us to gunnery with Dax.
All right. Looking at the bridge, escape combat requires 4 points, so I don't want to use up any of our command points. So I'm going to deal with a crisis, and the crisis is Dax is not high enough for this shit. Dax is going to go -2 days on his supplies here that I'm tracking, as he just like fades off into oblivion, staring at the deep, murky nebula around him in the gunnery department.
Okay. So you and I were looking at system strain earlier today, or at least I was, and I was messaging you about it. So not only do psychic abilities cause system strain, but so do drugs.
Rampant drug usage.
As well as in the vein of cyberpunk edge runners, so does using like body mods. And cyberware.
As well as some forms of healing. Like Lazarus patches, I don't believe give you system strain because they're awesome. And they're like Gen 4 tech, but the like stimulants and stuff that you would heal with also give you strain.
Okay. Can you go ahead and take 2 system strain there, Dax?
I will.
For taking lots of drugs.
Absolutely.
And I believe that'll bring you up to 5 is what we decided?
Yes. So I have a permanent, just like baseline of 3, and then I will take a temporary 2 here.
Cool. All right. So Dax does his duty of drugging up, and we move on finally to the bridge with you, Lettuce. You have 4 command points, and you are being assisted or supported by the captain. So he's giving you special attention, and that means that any action that you take, 1 action costs 2 fewer command points.
Oh, I could have fired some weapons. Oh well, this is in character.
Andy has multiple things he can do then.
Yes. So, Andy, as the bridge, your combat actions. Where's the bridge? There they are. Okay. Escape combat, which is 4. You make a check plus your ship speed versus the opponent's check plus their speed to try and gain a point of escape. You can perform evasive maneuvers to increase the ship's armor, or you can chase a target down, which doesn't sound very like in line with what the ship is trying to do right now.
What's our current escape at?
You have 1 escape point against this ship because you started punching it when their captain was stunned and not sure what to do for a second.
Let's augment the distance and escape combat.
Okay. So this is an opposed check with either your intelligence or dex and pilot plus the ship speed. I believe your ship speed is 4 because of the baseline of your engine being really fast. And then it is
drive 5, Nick.
Oh, your drive.
Is that not 5 speed?
Oh, is the drive 5 speed? Let me double check that. Scroll up to the engine section. Weapons, armor. I need fittings.
This one I'm not sure about. I just assumed because we were drive 5 that we were 5 speed. I could be wrong.
I thought so too. Let's say yes. Look at the Spike Drive 1. The speed of 3? What?
I'm looking at the patrol boat that has a speed of 4, has a Spike Drive 2. Looking at the Corvette that has a speed of 2, that has a Spike Drive 2. So I don't know where they're getting the extra speed from.
I would like to, since we're kind of not doing the spike drilling thing, I want to award the choice of having a faster engine with a mechanical advantage. So whatever the engine speed of a ship is, that's a bonus. Like that is your speed. So yeah, you all are speed 5. So I will update that. Okay.
All right, so I'm rolling pilot dexterity.
Plus
Do I get I get a modifier for the assist?
The support from your captain just decreases the cost in command points,
Okay,
but
so
the engine
0.
is giving you +5.
Got it.
/R 2d6 plus 2 plus their engine speed of, or their speed is currently 4 as well. Or you all are 5, but their speed is 4. Wow.
Nope, we can't get away.
Yeah.
Not this round.
Yep, they're cutting you off.
No, Andy, there are 2 more command points left.
Yes. So Andy, you can do evasive maneuvers if you like.
I just did. Oh wait. Oh, I can still use the 2?
Yes.
Yeah, we still have 2 left, so I recommend it.
It doesn't carry over to the next round.
No.
We lose
No.
it next round if we're done. So
Oh.
you have 2 to
yes,
spend. Might as well use it.
Yeah, I'll evasive maneuvers. Or
Okay.
wait, do I still get the discount for the next one? I can't. There's no point in pursuing target.
No, that's if we were chasing.
Okay. Then yes, let's evasive maneuver.
Okay.
So I'll do another.
Yeah. Int or Dex pilot check. This time your target is DC 9. Not
It's
quite.
happening all over again, Andy. How does it feel?
Not quite evading enough. All right, so we now move into the second round. We go to the top of the turn order with the Lavender Groove. You all start with 2 command points again. I might shift this down here, so it's more in the camera view. So they are once again going to try and shoot their weapon at you all. So they roll. Sorry, I need to keep their weapon open. That is a 17 for 9 damage. Yes, I will change the music here.
All right, we will either take 4 points or take a crisis. I want to take the 4 points of damage at this point.
Okay.
We're not saving throw or anything like that.
The crisis will come up in a minute. I want to try something different to get everybody involved in this one.
Okay. The other thing that they're going to attempt to do is pursue you all as a target, and shed their escape point that they have. However, since it's a new round, their speed is back down to 2. So they will make an opposed check versus you, Andy. Your piloting check once again.
Dexterity.
Or intelligence. You can when on these checks, you can always do intelligence or dex for pilot.
Nah, we're doing dex.
Okay.
I'm all about the finesse.
2d6 plus 2 plus 2. So they rolled a 10.
We also rolled a
10.
10.
If I'm not mistaken, ties go to the PCs. I read that somewhere.
Yes, ties do go to the player characters in ship combat. And it does explicitly say on a win. So since we tied, that is not a win. So they're trying to catch up, but you pull ahead of them. All right. That's their 2 actions with their command points.
Right.
That brings it to the ship.
All right, I'm changing the initiative order a little bit as Sunny immediately goes down and yells down and says, Dax, try to take their engines out, and then we'll see if we can get away after this. And he goes to support the gunnery department, and he yells to Norm to get on the comms and try and distract him. And we'll see if Norm can come up with something fun. I will support Department of Gunnery, which will now go last.
Okay. That brings us to communications once again.
Get on the comms and distract him, he orders. I say aloud to myself, looking for Clippy. Bundy.
I'm over here in engineering, but what can I do to help? Norm?
Do you have Darude Sandstorm recorded?
Darude Sandstorm. Is that a song?
Yes.
Let me check my database. Do you know if it'll get us DMCA'd?
It will, yes.
Then I'm sorry. Space regulations won't allow me to play that song. If you'd like me to file a complaint with the Department of Space Travel, I'd be happy to do so on your behalf.
It's a good thing these turns are supposed to be 15 narrative minutes, because now I need to find it.
I just want to say, I assume at that response we open up everyone's channels and we all just go out into space.
Oh my god, they're doing acapella. It's terrible.
Okay.
I would like to go above and beyond. That's what I want to do next.
Above and beyond. Yeah, let's take a look at that action. Push yourself to help the ship or its crew. Pick an attribute and skill check and explain how you're using it to help the ship. If the GM agrees, roll versus DC 9. On success, gain your skill level and command points +1. On a failure, take -1 command point. Okay, so you are engaging with acapella madness? and
yeah, kinda. If this isn't a connection roll, I'm trying to make a connection with these pirates who obviously are hacker boys. They would appreciate the good sound. We're just trying to escape here. This is like a non-violent form of protest, right?
Fair. Okay, I agree. Make your check.
All right. 9.
Nice.
That is a success. Your skill is 1, so we generate 2 more command points.
Nice.
For a total of 4. Okay. We will move on to engineering with Bundy here. Oh, I should just make his name visible so we can all see it and I won't forget it. Bundy is going to attempt to boost the engines. Is that fair?
You're the one playing Bundy, Nick.
Well, I don't want to take
wasn't what he was ordered, though.
That is not what he was ordered?
No, we're trying to get our guns up and trying to disable their engines.
Then Bundy will do his duty.
Wonderful. I'm now at 5.
He'll play some music over the air for Dax. Some like, I don't know, heavy metal or something. Okay.
It looks like you're trying to destroy an enemy ship. Would you like some help with that?
Would you like me to play some Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
How about Through Fire and Flames?
Very well. Okay. Sorry, I keep trying to find music and getting distracted. Go ahead, Lettuce. It is your turn.
Captain, do we want to try and pursue target right now?
Pursuing target is when we're trying to chase people down. We're trying to lower their escape on us.
Or we're
Either
trying to
get
move.
away or increase our AC. I have ordered the team to support Dax so that he could shoot. But you get to do whatever you want with the command points that are on your table. You have 5.
All right, so I'm going to go above and beyond.
Okay.
I'm going to charisma talk to my captain and convince him that I'm not doing what the pilot's chair needs right now. I need to be in engineering where I can start managing the damage we're taking on. So I'm convincing the captain to pivot Bundy, myself, and him so that he's in the pilot's chair. Bundy is on the bridge and is serving
the captain now
as the captain and move me to engineering.
So moving departments is something that you all can do at the top of a turn order for free.
All right.
So I don't know if that would generate another command point, but that's certainly, I think, a narrative moment that could be valuable.
The goal here is to generate a command point and do this, but I guess I can just do that for free with a do your duty. So never mind. I'll do my duty.
Okay. You do your duty, you generate another command point. And you, what do you say exactly to Sunny?
At the next engagement, send me to engineering. I'm not doing what you need up here.
Oh, okay.
This is your ship. You need to be in control.
Very
come on it. Take your roll.
Okay. Well, he's just doing his duty. So
right. Okay.
That brings us to Dax in the gunnery department.
Dax has a conflicting set of things going on here. Dax wants to do what he's told and fire these guns at the enemy, but Dax is also tripping hella after his last round. And so Dax takes the weapons in his hand and, as one is wont to do, makes bad decisions. And rather than aiming and shooting at the enemy ship, he starts shooting at the reef in an attempt to collapse it down on the enemy ship. And he fires all the guns.
All one gun that you all have?
If he has to stick his sniper rifle out the window, he can fire more guns.
That would involve opening up a bulkhead or an airlock.
We can make it, Nick. We can make it happen.
Oh dear. Okay. Give me if you open up the ship sheet and just hit multifocal laser, it should do the action on your behalf.
Okay, you want it off the ship sheet and not off of my shoot?
I think
Sounds
it'll
good.
ask for any bonuses, and you can add your shoot skill there.
Okay, let me find the SS Retribution here. I don't usually open up the sheet. Multifocal laser modifier. What is my?
Oh, that also means I've been making their attacks without their shoot bonus.
It's all right. You haven't rolled below a natural 17 so far, so you're doing quite fine.
Dax.
So the other option you have, just looking over the target system command or action, you can take this round. You take this round. Oh, a fire one weapon action.
That's a 17 at the reef.
You take this round may target a ship's weapons, engine, or fittings the GM decides are vulnerable. Such target attacks take -4 to hit on an attack, do half damage before applying armor. If damage gets through the system is disabled or drive is degraded by 1 level. Disabled systems hit again are destroyed. Okay, so you shoot at the reef.
Yeah.
Is there a narrative purpose that you're aiming for here?
I'm trying to play into my character and then also have one of those fail forward situations where maybe we get into a different type of danger, but the reef collapses on them, or they get sucked into a different space well, or I don't know, right? There's a environmental mishap that may come to pass on the enemy ship.
Ooh. Interesting.
classic, like the enemy goes, haha, you miss, and he goes, did I?
What if it triggers the nebula with its multifocal laser and lightning strikes?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking along the laser, like some of the like electromagnetic, or not electromagnetic, but some electrical charge, ionized like charge will ride up the laser quickly, kind of like electricity moving up like flowing water somehow. And even though it grazes just past their ship, it will take damage. So I will give you that 3 damage and ignore their armor.
Sick.
They go down to 37 hit points on their Enforcer frigate.
Get us the fuck out of here, Lettuce. Come on.
Okay.
I got a hot date. We can't be fucking with pirates for 3 hours.
Okay. Top of the turn
indeed,
order, they are going to attempt to they're going to boost their engines and try. They're gonna. Okay, let me look at the actions really quick. Sorry.
Wait, did you want to use the remaining?
I'll fire as many times as we have.
I
like
think
action
you can only
points, but-
fire a gun once, right?
Okay,
No.
we're chilling.
Oh no, there's
You
no
can
limit.
Fire a weapon for 2 command points, and we had 8 command points available to him. We had 6, plus I boosted him for making an action cost 2 less.
Oh, each PC can only man 1 gun, but you can fire it multiple times. Oh yeah. Okay, go for it. Make 2 more attacks, if you like.
I would like. That's a 10,
They are
And-
AC 13.
a 12, so 2 misses.
Did you add you did add your shoot bonus there?
I did. Yes.
All right. You think you're gonna stop us with that little pea shooter, Captain Rick?
I'll show you a pea shooter.
Okay. They are going to boost engines. So they roll 2d6 plus 2 versus a DC 8. So they increase their speed to 4 until the start of their next turn, and they are going to try and shoot you all with their Reaper weapon again.
I think this is incorrect.
What's that?
I'm just gonna update the sheet to have my attack bonus
Okay.
for this
That's good.
multifocal laser.
Okay.
What the fuck, Nick?
Jesus, Nick. All right, we take 2 more damage.
Okay. How's the ship looking?
We're at 16 out of 25. We're gonna be just fine. You wait and see.
All right. Okay, that's their turn. Top of the turn order, you all go back up to 2 command points.
All right, order is gonna be Captain Comms, Engine, Gunnery, Engineering Bridge.
Okay.
Sunny is switching over to Bridge, and looks like Lettuce is switching to Engineering, which leaves dear old Bundy as the captain.
No, I switched to captain. Fuck you.
Nope, Norm takes captain. Okay.
I'm the captain, Clippy. You can have your comm station.
Oh, what? There we go. Oh God. Okay.
All right, John, what are we doing?
Norm,
I'm
you
just
get.
gonna.
Uh,
Yeah, what?
Oh,
Say your
okay.
thing. Say your piece.
You get to give orders over the comms if you like.
Ah! That's what I
Hanga,
say. Bridge. Take 2 fewer command points as I support you by screaming, "Get us out of here, Sonny!"
Okay. Comms is next. Bundy will continue doing his duty, giving another command point. Moving on to Dax.
I suppose I should just shoot my laser at this thing. Yeah. I will. It's escape combat needs 2. What does target systems get
Escape
me?
combat is. Oh yeah, it does need 2. Yeah, you're right. What was your question?
I'm just gonna do my duty. We'll try to escape twice, I guess.
Okay. All right. That brings us to engineering with lettuce. So the ship has taken 9 damage so far. There are no ship crises, but the engineering actions are boost engines, damage control, which you can use to try and repair some damage. Or you can do emergency repairs to repair a disabled system, which at this point we don't have any disabled systems.
I'm going to boost the engines.
Okay. So go ahead and roll an intelligence fix check versus DC 8. On a success, the ship's speed is increased by 2 until the start of the next turn. That is a success. So the ship speed is 7, which brings us to the bridge's turn. We have 2 command points left, but you're receiving support, so 1 action costs 2 less.
We're going to escape combat, Nick, which is going to give me a dex or int pilot check.
At +7.
Modifier +7.
And then they're going to roll a 2d6.
18.
Plus 2 skill, plus 2 speed. I'm sorry, 4 speed since they sped up. That is a success. So their escape level, or they gain another escape point. They go to escape 2. All right. Top of the turn order. They see you pulling away, and once again over the comms are going to shout, "Damn you! We only want to steal from the wealthy that are your patrons. We have no beef with you, Captain Rick. In fact, we may be family." What? Who the fuck are you? Who am I talking to? Put Rick back on.
What? No, I just hit the off button.
Huh? Okay. They are going to boost engines once again. That is a success, so they are speed 4, and they're going to try and shed this escape, which is an int dex pilot versus, and you are making the same skill check.
But I'm at a +5 this time, right?
No, you're still at +7.
Oh, so okay.
Because you all are boosted until the start of your next turn, which has not happened yet. So 2d6 plus 2 plus 4. Okay, they do not shed the escape point. It is your turn.
Norm, are we keeping the same order?
Last turn in perfect order. Like, unironically, that is what we do. We need to hurry up and end this encounter.
Yeah.
It's taking way too long, guys.
Okay.
Right.
Are we doing the same exact things?
It's
I think we are.
yes.
I think Rick really need to take a break, so we had to step out. Let's go ahead and I think we do our duties all the way down to Andy.
Okay, Andy, would you like to boost the engines?
Yep, gonna
Okay.
boost that shit.
Give me that same check as before.
It's a fixed intelligence.
No boost this time. DC 9. Okay.
All right.
DC 8, but fuck you.
Oh,
We're
DC
going
8.
to try to escape combat.
Okay. 2d6 plus 2 plus 4 speed is a 9. They fall back to escape 3. Now,
We are out. Are we not?
I believe hitting 3 escape points ends the encounter since they are the only ship.
Yep.
Okay. So over the they are attempting to hail you once again. Norm ignores the call, and you all just jet on out of there. Their lasers firing wide, and they're just not going to hit you at this point. So you all make it past the reef, and get into more policed areas. So fortunately, the pirates back off, and the Lavander Smooth may have to get their get their piracy elsewhere. And you all arrive back in on Saber in the Diana Minerva system safely. So we will continue with the rest of our session after our break. We'll be right back. And I forgot to turn on the audio again. Okay, welcome. We're back, y'all. Hello.
Hi.
You arrive back on Saber. You do your shopping, and it's time for any other social visits that folks want to have. Norm, you get a call from Tyura.
Yeah.
I see you're back on planet. Are you planning on stopping on by?
We do a quick cutaway to me at her apartment door, Nick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you been to Tyura's place before?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
Didn't you go speak with her back in like episode 1 when we were talking, when you
I was
were
just on
getting
the
the
phone.
information? Oh, on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, we were in hiding during that part after our jailbreak.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has a very, very nice open concept apartment. Very pristine, clean, very minimalistic. It's almost like a staged apartment or a staged house. Except there's a lot of like ornamental blades all over the place of many different types. Including like, metal blades as well as like any energy blades that might that are probably very rare, but like vibro blades, I think is what they call them in this system. Yeah. So you may have come to the right place for what you're looking for.
I look over all of her cool collection, and we'll start off. I don't know how much of this you want to do, Nick, but Tyura.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't started packing like everyone else. The aliens are apparently coming on by to stake a claim on this planet of ours.
Yeah. Have you heard the news?
No.
On
I have not.
on the other side of the planet, there's apparently some sort of crater that's been there for centuries and centuries. The moss seems to be dying in that area, and the news are reporting sulfurous smells coming from the vein. Apparently, and it's believed that they call themselves the Anti-Viridians. Apparently, they've done something to the environment. At least that's what authorities are suspecting. So there may be some truth to the fact that this was once their home.
Well, the truth hardly matters to us humans.
Indeed. Anyway, as for me packing, I'm just gonna wait and see how this all plays out.
Well,
I've been enjoying my retirement. I'm not old, but I've made a home here. And I'd love to stay as long as I can.
let us hope the aliens have such sentiments as well.
So,
at least.
So, what have you been keeping yourself busy with?
I have been stabbing people in back alleys, on desert planets, and getting shot at by pirates in the reef.
I see. And she notices you eyeing all of the blades around her condo. Well,
There's envy in my eyes. I wish I had cool knives.
so you're looking to be packing something heavier, I take it.
Yeah, I am.
Let me see what you've been using.
I pull out this rinky-dink clown-colored switchblade. Got like a flower on the pommel.
Where did you have such a thing made?
I found it.
You found it.
Yeah. It was in one of those kids' toy sections. I don't know how that... Look, it was just a weird birthday gift. I didn't know it was an actual knife.
I see. Well, something to remember you by, I suppose. And she just clutches it against her chest and walks over to one of another ornamental sword that's sitting on a hold. I don't know what you'd call it, like a holder on the back or on a shelf. And she picks up this really hefty looking blade, and you can hear a little ringing as she takes it off the metal, probably aluminum holder. And she begins walking over to you and hands you a new knife.
I look at it.
But first, before doing that, she then places your blade on the holster.
Oh my god, that's so endearing. That's so cute.
And then with two hands, she walks over and hands you this blade. What does it look like?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, we can paint a picture later if you need some time, but it's a beautiful blade. It may not be your style, I'll say, but I mean, what could be your style given your professional
Assassins
attire?
don't need style.
Said,
I mutter to myself as I look at the gift.
If you go back through some news archives, you may be able to discern who has been killed with this blade before. Famous people.
I'll nod my head. You honor me, Tyra. Thank you.
Of course, of course. I mean, you've done so much for the Peated Blades, taking care of us, stitching us together. It's been appreciated. And if you're getting into dangerous line of work, happy to help a friend. Now,
A friend.
yes, of course, of course. But I do expect to hear tales of how you use it in the future.
Is that part of the legacy? The tradition?
It's part of our friendship.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Without question.
And when I get some stories of people you've killed with it, happy to share some of mine. But for now, we'll leave that a mystery.
It's just so cool. We're gonna share a knife and stab people and tell each other how we stab people with this knife. Oh,
There's not many people in our line of work you get to socialize with and share. It's important for us to stay in community.
thank you.
Good luck out there.
I guess I'll leave.
Okay.
I'm just imagining Jim Nance, like in the background, narrating this to narrating John's character, like a tradition unlike any other.
The strange courting ritual of two peated blade assassins. Ugh. Stabbing people with the same weapon. Okay. So what is this, Nick? What is it?
I was just thinking that this would be. Oh, I need to find the equipment section again. I think it was like a fine. Oh, a small advanced weapon.
I will delete my primitive one.
I don't know if they
Sounds
give.
good.
I don't know if they give examples of it. I mean, you wanted it to be like a knife, right? Not like a sword or a saber or anything.
No, I'm
Okay.
a knife guy.
Because she also had weapons that were not knives. They do the peated blades do not exclusively use knives. Okay, so here's the thing that makes this a very special blade. So it's gonna have some mods on it. I'm gonna say 4 mods. Like
okay.
a shitload of mods. You get to pick 2 and I will get to pick 2.
You pick your two,
Okay.
because I need to find mods.
Yeah, I have not looked at them at all. Those rules are on page 90.
91, it looks like.
Oh yeah, they have some samples, but I think we can just come up with whatever we want as well. So for example, some of them are auto-targeting.
An auto-targeting knife?
Yes. I think it's definitely boosted.
Okay.
But this is like super boosted, so take +3 damage on it.
Okay.
And then it has polymorphic blending. It can shift in appearance to that of normal clothing or different looking. Like it can. Okay, this is for armor, but I'm just gonna say it can look like another object if you want it to. And it'll pass any scans of weapons. So like, you can just carry this on you and no one will suspect a thing.
Okay.
Infinite magazine.
The knife never needs to be reloaded.
I guess customized.
It's been carefully tailored to a single specific user. When used by that person, they get a +1 to hit with the weapon or a +1. I would say armor pen. I don't think you'd get armor class from this.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And this already feels busted, so why don't we stop there?
Okay, yeah, we'll call that good.
Okay.
All right. Any other tasks before we get to our next mission?
No, I think we're okay.
I think
Okay.
it's time to get to the next mission and deal with other stuff. We'll wait.
Okay, so as a reminder, Brucius Holloway, terrorist hacker, has been moved from another sector of space to Contrition Max Secure. Warden Foz, F-O-Z-Z, is the warden of Contrition Max Secure, and he has a reputation of working with whoever is the sitting governor, and Warden Foz has been doing this for decades. He is constantly looking for bribes, as well as tries to get special guests for additional funding. So Contrition Max is notorious for holding like the worst of the worst, and so as such, they get paid by not only the shore but other sectors for sending their worst of the worst to this secure prison. So, and Warden Foz also, and the Contrition has a reputation of also imprisoning a lot of really wealthy people who are committed, like executives and upper management, like getting put in there so that their family can pay lots of money for them to like have special amenities or to visit, that sort of stuff.
Our capitalist hellhole has consequences for the wealthy?
Yes, sometimes.
Whoa.
And so you've heard a bit about Warden Foz, both by reputation and also this briefing that Magno Glorio is giving you. He also informs you that Contrition is trying some new technology out, where they are rehabilitating, in huge quotes, prisoners through specially designed rehabilitation virtual environments for the prisoners. And the technology, as well as those like environments and programs, are all being pioneered by a Dr. Zhu, a techno psychotherapist who works at the prison. Dr. Zhu is, it says in his dossier that he is a huge gambler. So between Dr. Zhu's gambling and Warden Foz's like desire for just shitloads of money, there's huge financial incentive stuff going on around there that you could exploit. And the dossier also includes the guard captain as a person of interest, Captain Creel, Kreel, who is known to be very malicious towards prisoners and liking to make examples of them and educating them. So he's a pretty violent man. So you hear. But there may be lots of people of interest in Contrition Max Secure, knowing that they send the worst of the worst there. But we're really interested in Brucius Holloway. He is, so proficient at hacking in ways that companies cannot detect, or reprogramming code, rewriting code in a way that companies will not know. Borex tells me that he's a better hacker than Brucius. I can't say, says Magno Glorio, but he is better at hacking in this way than Borex says he is capable of doing. Yeah, so those are the people of interest. Sunny, you have heard through your black market contacts and other lines that there is someone else at Contrition Max who you know, and that is Batro. Is that how you pronounce that name?
Yep.
Yeah. So Batro is from your background. Do you want to share with the viewers and our other storytellers who Batro is?
Did you read the background that I sent you?
I read the whole thing, yes.
Okay. So
I just wanted to give you the
Batro-
opportunity to do it.
Yeah. Batro, to give a brief description to keep us moving, Batro is a guy who hired Sunny initially back on Gorin to help him steal a soul crystal from the planet. Over a series of slight misadventures, he ended up betraying Sunny and stealing the soul crystal as Sunny managed to eventually get out and away from the law. But Sunny also kind of betrayed him and sicked the Loricon Corporation back upon him as he made his escape. So Sunny seeing Batro in this prison would be bad. He'd probably try and kill him.
Yes.
This is bad news for Sunny. He doesn't want to go anywhere near this guy.
Yes. So you have heard through the grapevine that Batro is also at Contrition Max, because Batro was a known. Were all four of you like known and identified to be a part of the heist?
I don't know whatever Batro told Lorcan Corporation because the other two members of the heist, they're dead. They didn't make it out alive. The first one died on the planet. The second one, Batro shot.
Yes.
As Batro was a security officer for Loricon, and the other guy, a hacker, was pretty much a plant. Was there to kind of ruin the whole thing and was trying to catch us. We found him out, and Batro shot him in the chest.
And then turned on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Batro, Loricon like found out he was involved and has basically all but strung him up at Contrition. So he has effectively taken the fall for that job, and for having killed a bunch of people as well as stolen a medical frigate. The ship that you all are now flying on, Batro was charged with all of that. So, do you choose to share that information with the rest of the party, Sunny?
Yeah, I'm going to share that with the rest of the party. If we're going in there, especially Dax had this awesome plan of us being like superior, like prison break specialists that we're going to go in and we're going to check their security. And we're going to try to kind of go in and give them the lowdown of where they're weak, where they're strong, how they keep themselves survive. And yeah, if we're going in there and there might be danger afoot, then Sunny will share the entire story.
Okay.
Let's jump into a little scene of us talking around the hole that Lettuce is fixing in our ship's hole. So, guys, we have a new element here. Are we still wanting to do our security consultant scam on these guys?
Secret shopping, secret prison shopping.
Be quiet, Clippy. I look at my Bundy.
It's just that I'm noticing that Lettuce is doing a lot of work and the rest of you are standing around with beers.
It's got a beer too, Bundy. It's okay.
Supervising, man. Supervising's important.
Oh.
They're just sitting around a dude welding, judging, not knowing what he's doing.
Is it all right if I observe in case you put me in the captain's chair at some point in future combat?
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Okay.
I go to where his sound is. Just turn it all the way down. So like 1, so he can't complain.
Do you have any reservations with this plan, Norm?
We need to have that interview and get famous, right?
I think we do. Dax, didn't you volunteer to do that interview?
Yeah, man. I think it'd be easy.
I think
All right.
it'd be incredibly entertaining, and I want to see it happen. You're the man, Dax. Make us proud.
I will.
Well, I'll get in contact with her then and set you up a date.
Haha. He said date.
What's our angle then as we go in? Are we sending you're gonna send Dax in as a prisoner? Are we gonna be in there as guards? Are we gonna be in there observing as people with clipboards? Like, what's the plan? What are you thinking, Dax?
So I have 2 ideas for it. The first is we get famous, then we offer our services to the contrition max prison and say, hey, such and such prison wasn't, Lovecraft, certified, but yours could be. And then we propose that they lock us up and we Love Connection certified. There we go. I remembered the lore properly that time.
Lovecraft is very different from Love Connection.
Yep. I just wanted to see where you went with that
one. and then we break out from the inside, right? Smuggle in our guns and stuff. Or we go in for an inspection instead of getting ourselves locked up and doing an inside job, right? We go in with our snooty glasses and weird white jackets, and we talk to them about their computers and their systems and whatnot. And then when they're not looking, wham bam, thank you ma'am, grab the stuff and go.
Well,
genius, right?
When Dax says grab the stuff and go, what is he imagining the stuff is?
I mean, it's computer stuff, right? So
no,
hard
getting
drive.
A hacker.
Yeah, exactly. Computer stuff.
So, how I see it is we obviously need to get there. And then we need to get out. So if we decide to do the virtuous mission and or, go in there all imprisoned and everything, that the exfiltration will be a lot harder. That being said, if we do the glasses and clipboard thing, they're probably going to search us down. Well, it'd be the same problem, honestly. Hey, Lettuce. I kick a piece of sheet metal that he's trying to weld back onto the plate. What do you think?
I like the creative challenge. I say we go in as professionals. We fuck shit up. Let's sell them. Let's get paid. Let's get our advance payment for our services. Because they need to put a deposit down before we're gonna jump into their prison, right?
Of course.
So we'll get our upfront payment, and then we'll break out.
Or better yet, I hear this Warden Foz is a bit of a greedy bastard, and their doctor is a bit of a gambling man. So what if we not only volunteer to check their security, but volunteer some of our services for test subjects for their VR rehab, and we gamble with the doctor for double the payment if we get out within a certain amount of time, which will then lead to the warden maybe not having to pay anything at all for the service if we fail. Might help us get in the door.
You think he has debts? Like he's in debt to
The
anyone?
doctor? Ooh, that would be a good thing to look up.
They're gamblers, you know.
Hmm. Also, we're gonna need some type of contact in there in case, it really is a good prison. And it's hard for us to get out. Like, what's our plan for breaking out if we go in this prison?
Well, we're gonna need to find if they have any air elements or space boys that are watching it. We gotta do wet work. We gotta do some research. We can't just go in there guns blazing, right?
I agree.
I look at Dax, right?
I like guns.
Could we go in guns blazing and just do it everything that way?
I mean, probably. It's never failed me before.
We changing this from an infiltration mission to an assault mission?
I don't know. You asked me about guns. I like guns.
We like guns.
Yeah.
One takes a lot less time to think. And then we don't have to go onto an interview station and lie bold-faced to the entire sector.
I mean, that seems like a good time, though. You know you want to.
I mean, we could do both, honestly. We could just get online and then attack the place anyway.
Is there a way to get
We could be like, we're coming for you, a distraction target, and then we just go hit up this weird prison on
Nice.
Ice World.
So the reason I brought up the inside job was just as a way for getting access, right?
Mhm.
One of the hardest things I think about infiltrating a max security location is getting access, right? It's not necessarily the entirety of the plan, right? The entirety of the plan would be like finding the, weak points
Yeah.
of the like situation, right? The access points where we would hide our guns, how we're going to do the breakout, and then this would give us access. Or if we're struggling to find that information, like this type of like inspection could help us do that ourselves, right?
What if, now, this may sound evil, so take it with a grain of salt. What if we turn the power off onto the entire thing and give them the entire planet to worry about, and then we hit them?
What do you mean?
Because
Give them the whole planet to worry about?
it's a frozen planet, right?
Oh,
If we
like
turn off the heat, suddenly all hands are on deck for survival, and we just go into the chaos.
oh, John, you're assuming that in this capitalist hellscape they have heaters in this prison.
They have to have heaters in the prison. It's a frozen planet. There's at least one.
Okay.
Are you telling me everyone's just in cryostasis? Well, that's the case. This is going to be a lot easier.
No, no, they're not.
Or we
That
could
would be
like find out
expensive.
how they're
I can
being
go in as a
resupplied, and then just go in through that.
maybe I can fake some papers and go in as a tech and do a little research, a little reconnaissance on their systems. Find out where the weak points are in their not HVAC.
There's a lot of ways to skin a cat, as they say.
Well, do we want to go to the planet? Let us take his idea to let us use his idea to do some recon while we explore what kind of defenses they have and ways for us to get out, and then go from there. Or do we want to let Dax go into his interview and use the prison break specialist as our way to get in and get a recon?
I looked at Dax and
nobody.
the two people in
Just to make a decision.
The classic.
Should we do A or B? Everybody's like, oh. And that's all.
I feel like if that silence was awkward enough, Dax to be like, "Huh? What's happening?"
Did y'all ask me a question? Who is everyone looking to make a decision?
I'm looking at Dax and Lettuce because both of them have essentially volunteered themselves for this mission, no matter which one we go for.
Sunny, who are you looking at?
I'm not looking at Norm. I would probably. Norm has pitched several ideas, but has not volunteered himself for anything. Lettuce has just volunteered himself to gather recon. Dax has come up with a more intricate plan for us getting recon with options. So he's probably looking over at Dax, but then Dax is probably looking over at the window and staring and not looking at anything. So then he looks back to Lettuce. He looks back to Dax to see if Dax has like regained focus.
Has Dax regained focus
right now,
and looking at someone?
Looking at Greg right now.
I think Dax. So Dax, the character, is looking to the like captain of the ship to tell him what to do. Greg, the player, is like given a suggestion and is uninterested in making the group go through with one. Right? Like I want the group to be happy with the choice made. So I've suggested a route of action. If that's where you want to go, I'm happy to do it.
And then we have Lettuce, who's indifferent. Generally,
he's working on the ship. Look at that concentration.
I'm welding on shit, and I offered another option, but I'm down to do whatever. I like the idea of the theater of the break-in and humiliating another corporation, especially like duping them.
So
right.
is Lettuce kind of uncharacteristically like, oh yeah, let me go check this out. Like let's figure out how we can dupe them.
I will say I think this reconnaissance mission might help either plan. Maybe it'll help make the decision easier.
Okay. So as Lettuce is like sitting here continuing to weld, or maybe he's given up on the welding and is like really engaged in this plan. Like either way, does he kind of stop what he's doing and, you know, quote unquote, get more involved?
I feel like while people are debating or not debating, I might just like walk over to my data pad and start sending messages to some of my contacts in the area who might be able to get me like under an alter ego and a job, a temporary tech contract helping out.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I've just decided that it's worthwhile no matter what. So
do you have
reconnaissance is not time wasted.
Yeah. Do you have I'm looking over. Oh no, these are Sunny's contacts. Let me look at your list.
Where are we again? We're chilling on Saber right now, right?
A little bit, yeah. But so, you can send messages anywhere.
But Lego, who is the smuggler we worked with before to get the cargo lighter or to get the U-Haul truck back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He would be someone I assume who could might know a guy. He's shady. Could also go and look for
Give me.
Yeah, I don't know who the right person would be with. I think I'd reach out to my smuggler pal. He's my parts guy. And I was, building things and fixing things. I couldn't, when ordering the parts was going to take too long, he could get it quickly. So
Yeah, I think so. I think this. If you're talking with one specific person, it's talk. But if you're just like reaching out to all your contacts, I think that's connect. Find people who can be helpful to your purpose and get them to cooperate with you. Roll it to make connections with others. Find people you know where to get illicit goods and services, and be familiar with foreign cultures and languages, which is not something we're really doing much with in this fiction.
So I'll connect through Lego to his network and see if he can get me I don't even tell him it's for recon for a break-in. I just tell him, hey, I'm curious about working for this prison. Can you get me in there for a little sneak peek?
Okay. Seeing Lettuce immediately jump into like getting down to the work, the wet work, as Norm put it. Is anyone helping?
Yeah, what does he need?
Doesn't someone have a contact of like a network? We're networking here.
Well, you do have black market contacts, so I think that'll just be a +1 to anyone rolling on this.
Okay.
But I was also wondering if anyone else was
I have a contact who's a smuggler in the penitence prison, but she's in the prison we broke out of, so I don't know.
Oh, actually, yeah, that might help. Yeah.
Yeah. Rin helped us in the first initial job.
Yeah.
Get out. So
yeah, I think Sunny, you can do an assist here using talk or connect.
I will give you a talk.
Okay.
No modifier and charisma.
Sure.
There's an 8.
Perfect. That will grant a +1 to Lettuce on top of the +1 from black market contacts.
All right, so this is a connect. Hang on. Connect with a 2 modifier.
Yep.
Charisma. Let's get some information. That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah. Excuse me. So there's a couple routes in here between all of your contacts. I don't think that Lego can actually help here. I don't think that Uncle Alfred can help here because he's a deadbeat drunk. I don't think Nissa.
He's also on Warren. He's on the other. He's on the next system.
Yeah, fuck him. Nissa, your supervisor, cannot help. But there are 2 people here on your list of contacts that I think could be helpful. So you have Steph, a card shark, who runs the tables. Are they localized anywhere, or is Steph kind of like
literally all I wrote for Steph?
Was just card shark runs the tables. Yep.
I have to assume that Steph moves around from gambling hall to gambling hall. I would have met her, at whatever casino popped up near the last mining job I was at. But
yeah, so Steph has a connection here with Dr. Zhu. Like Dr. Zhu has been at her tables, and the other connection is through Sakrin, your Harkaway alumni specialist. What does that mean?
So I kind of had the idea for Sakrin that the Harkaway group would have people who were alumni people who would call grads to solicit donations by asking them about their experience at the fucking Harkaway Foundation.
We've got a special headhunting program for Harkaway alumni. We can find you. We've got jobs lined up for you. Fill out this survey and we'll tell you like 3 jobs that you could apply for today.
And think about donating to our cause.
Yeah. And Sakrin actually could hook you up with a job at Contrition. They are looking for security guards. So I'm gonna let you all pick. And Andy, if you want to be, this is your contacts. I want you to pick which one is interesting to you.
Let's go with Sakrin. I'll build up some Harkaway cred, and maybe that'll be a way to reconnect with Tomato.
Okay. Yeah.
Point.
Oh, yeah, lettuce. I see here in my database, we haven't heard from you the last 42 times we've called. Thank you so much for reaching out.
Of course, I wanna help the people that have helped me so much, and see how you guys are doing.
That's so great. I'm so glad to hear it. So, you're looking to make a donation in how much of an amount are you looking to donate in today?
Well, I was wondering if you had any classrooms that needed a name, or any dining halls that mess halls that needed renaming, a little update, clean up the walls a little bit.
It just
Some
so
new tables.
happens. It just so happens that we have an entire ship. Granted, it's a rather small ship, that is named after a corporate executive who recently has been found out to say some really unsavory things about an alien species. We are looking to rename the ship. So if you would like to donate to our titanium tier membership of donor status, we would be happy to name a ship after you.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
I would love to be. I would love to help. I would love to do the right thing.
So the minimum donation we're looking for is 500,000 credits.
So maybe I could set up a monthly installment donation to head towards that.
Yes, we're happy to start you on payment plans. Absolutely. We have a whole yes, I'll just need the information of your employer. And we can just start taking that out of your paycheck.
I'm broadening my career at this time, and I was looking for ways to get into correctional services. But
oh, really?
I'm not looking to but I'm not looking to start a policy yet. I want to learn the nitty gritty, and do a little work at the coalface, as it were.
The coalface?
Yes, down in the mines. I don't want to start in the office. I want to learn.
You'll have to forgive me. I have never been a laborer. I don't quite understand the reference.
Arkoway taught me the value of hard work, so I'd like to work hard in their name.
Of course, of course.
If you have some connections with this prison that I'm interested in, maybe as a guard of some kind, as entry level,
absolutely,
guard position,
and
I would be happy to start a monthly donation of 500 credits a month.
I see. So after 1,000 months, you'll be a platinum tier donor.
Well, Ideally, this position will have some upward mobility, and at each race, I can increase my monthly donation.
I see.
I'll consider it an investment in your connections as much as in my wealth.
1,000 months is 83 years. For the low price of 1,400 credits a month, you two can have your name put on the side of a ship in 30 years.
I'm not mortgaging my life to name this ship yet. I'm gonna tell Saccharin whatever she needs to hear.
I'm sorry. I just thought of this slogan for Harkaway: "Hard knock lives or hard workers." Okay. Yes. In fact,
the glory of toil.
The glory to toil we praise. It just so happens we have several postings in security work available. I'd be happy to forward you the links to applications, and of course, being a Harkaway kid comes with recommendations, and we'll share your file with the future employer. Alleged employer. No, potential employer. That's the word. Alleged employer.
You might get paid, you might not get paid.
Future career. Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and start the transfer of the first 500.
Wonderful.
And throw in an extra 50 for my buddy Sacker. And thank you so much for helping out.
Wait, as a tip?
Are
you tipping me?
I'm doing an extra 50 in your name.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the money is going to you. You can decide to push the donation through or not. I don't know what your ethics are in the
Yes, yes. I see the donation here. I'll push that on through. Thank you so much.
All right.
Your name will be listed in the monthly newsletter to all Harkaway kids.
Excellent.
Funny enough, there's only a 12% read receipt rate here on the Harkaway alumni newsletters. Any insight on why that is?
I'm taking it. Okay. Get me a job in marketing, and then I'll tell you.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so Saccharin forwards you.
Sponsored by MailChimp.
Yeah. Saccharin forwards you some information on applications to various security positions, including one for Contrition Max Secure. It does list in the preferred qualifications 5 to 10 years experience at other security facilities.
So I've got to bullshit.
Yeah.
Some stuff. Okay, I can do that. The Wanderer perk, which gets me like papers for travel. Can we pivot that to getting me fake papers that stand up to basic scrutiny for a job application? I'll put it in the chat. I'm level 2 Wanderer.
I think what we decided that would help with is anytime you all have to file a flight plan with the Department of Space Travel, that you can fake that so that no one will ever like question where you're headed.
Okay, well then let's say that I fake travel plans that show that I worked for a prison station that was destroyed. So there's no way for them to check the records, but I have the travel documents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Great. That will definitely help you get a position. I don't know if you all know this, but I actually wrote a micro RPG called Millennial Hiring Managers. I kind of want to play that now and interview people for a security officer position. We may have to do that later as a separate little one-off. Okay. Yes. So you are offered a position. They trying to decide. Should we? Yeah, I think they hire you for the job. They're like desperately looking for people right now. I think that Saccharin let slip in a follow-up conversation that they've been desperately looking for people because they've had a lot of turnover due to some really intense working conditions, particularly the inmates. But I hear that they have this new virtual rehabilitation program that's supposed to both help the incarcerated rehabilitate more quickly and also not need as much personal interaction on a regular basis. So sounds like the working conditions are improving immensely. I'll go ahead and forward your application. And oh, look, it looks like their AI or their VI has already returned that your application's been approved. You go through the interview process and you are starting work in a few days.
Excellent.
So there can be other room for planning and prep, as well as any other social engagements. But I think we are getting very low on time, so I don't think we should jump into the mission right now. Is there any other prep work or wet work, as John put it, that anyone wants to do to prepare for the mission now that Lettuce has a job? working at Contrition Max.
Sonny will ask Dax if he just wants to give the interview anyway.
Maybe. Yeah, it could come in handy in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to see that scene play out. So I will keep prodding Dax to give the interview until Dax does the interview, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, I was only half paying attention when you all were discussing your multiple plans. What interview?
Oh, he wants
So
to
we have
interview,
been getting many messages from the
That's right.
shore-wide news network that they are interested in getting a one-on-one interview with us. And we've mostly been blowing them off after escaping the prison on Saber. And so part of my plan was to go on that interview and basically say like, oh, let me clear up a few things, right? And spin that story into us having a like secret, not secret, but like an elite prison escapability consultation team that stages like breakouts of prisons in order to prove their security.
I always, since I've played a lot of the Scum and Villainy game that we previously played, I always think, is a plan particularly bold and daring, which is one of the questions that can give you bonus dice for the engagement roll.
Yeah.
And I wondered if you all were gonna just go like, hey, we already broke out of a prison. You want to hire us to see if we can break out of yours? Because that would have been particularly bold or daring. Yeah, that's good to know because we could definitely open up with that. Excuse me. They will the Musk. Fuck, what are they called? Musk, Namar, and
the MNNN.
Yes, the MNMNN, the Musk, Nadar, and Ma News Media Group. They will still interview you, but their emails and messages, ever since the announcement that the Anti-Viridians want their planet back, they have not been emailing you.
Makes sense.
But they will still meet with you as like we'll have like a 30-second clip of our interview rather than like a hot story.
Sure.
So yeah, we can have that interview for sure. And depending on what you say, like that could become hot news. But yeah, I think we'll call it for today, and we'll be back next week with this prison heist. Now that we have our in. So, any shout outs before we go? I have one actually, which is that we have another Grim Streets of Alderstone on Friday at 6:00. So tune in then for some more shenanigans, particularly since I've tasked all the players but Millman with coming up with new characters to play, which can be demons. So I have no idea what their characters are going to be. I don't even know what classes or playbooks they're playing. But yeah, it's just going to be, I'm sure, insane because Millman will be leading the mission. So, who knows what'll happen.
Exciting.
Probably harem shenanigans with demons, knowing him and his character. All right.
Well,
no,
after you're done watching that on Friday, you should definitely head over to John Dungeon Master's channel on Saturday around, I believe it's 3 p.m. Pacific, where we'll be doing a recap of our 20-month campaign that John has run over multiple different groups. This is the last episode, the finale, the finisher.
The final finale, because there's been multiple.
There were 3 groups, all sharing a singular campaign world at the same time through many calendar hurdles. We managed to do that for 20 months. Jesus.
How do you
It's been
feel,
a journey,
John?
guys? How does it feel?
Yeah.
It feels good. Completing a campaign.
Yeah.
I was just told or reminded of recently that we were starting that simultaneously as you were doing the Deadly Dungeon on Koibu's channel.
Oh wow,
So
that was a long
use
time
that as
ago.
yeah.
I
Oh,
wow. I can't like think
what a
about when
journey.
that was. It was so long ago, and it's been such a blur since.
Yeah. Yeah. You're telling me, man.
Wow.
But other than that, we're gonna wrap up, and then I don't know what we're gonna do for the next project. We're batting around some ideas. I've been doing a lot of lore building, but I don't know if we're gonna be streaming those games. So who knows what the future has in store for us.
Sounds a lot less stressful, John. I'm excited for you. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
But no worries about the future, because immediately after you are done with that, you should immediately jump over to Greg Hansen's channel, who'll be running a Land Beyond the Mist at about 6:30 Pacific time, and you'll catch me in my crazy gnome annoying wizard with the most terrifying token Roll20 history. It's gonna be amazing.
So if you're looking for back-to-back Brian, this is your weekend.
This is the weekend. And then after that, he's going to be doing a Dragon Warrior randomizer.
You never know.
And then Andy will be sleeping. Because it'll be late on Pacific time. All right, that's it for us.
yeah.
We're getting very silly and punchy, so we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Come hang out in the Discord with us. Let us know what you thought. Tell everyone you've ever met about us. We love you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Do it, Beth.